Welcome to the Bastard Vision Space program. Space is the place for any enterprising bastard to make himself a nice tidy profit, so I think it's about time we got our foot in the door. Let's get into it here. We'll be starting a new game. Bastard Vision Space program. Pick ourselves a nice flag. Well, what is more bastardy than a chimp? We'll go with that. I'm flying solo today, no Greg, because frankly he's incompetent and we want to get things done over here. So I figure first of all what we should do is take a look around the facility we have here. Here, fortunately, all the applicants have been assessed on the two most important characteristics of any bastard, which is their bravery and their stupidity, which obviously we value in equal measure. So we'll be taking this guy on for a start, Loffrey Kerman. He's perfectly suited, as is Malstead. I think courage over stupidity where possible. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good roster to start us off with. So, what are we aiming to achieve? Well, first of all, the main thing about being a bastard is that you aim big because you want to profit big and you want to succeed in the cutthroat world. So, we'll go ahead and completely ignore anything to do with atmospheric flight at this stage, and we'll go right for the big guns. We're going to go straight into orbit, and we're going to see what we can achieve in our own neighbourhood first, and then we'll go deeper into space. So, let's see what we can knock up. So this is where the magic happens. For some reason the frame count is activated. We'll just try and ignore that. That's fine. Okay, so before we risk any bastards out in the cold depths of space, I figure we should knock ourselves together a little bit of a probe and a lifter to get it up there, and then we can take a look at the situation and then figure out what it is we're going to be doing with ourselves. I always like the look of this one. I'm not sure if it's actually any good. I'm not particularly experienced in this, but I think that's a good base to begin with. So we'll throw that up there. Let's get you up here. And I think that's going to form the basis of our satellite, or bastardite, I suppose. Let's see what we can throw on to help get the job done. Well, it is going to need some power, we know that. That's a bit too big. Let's try this one. I think two of those. That should add a little bit of space to play with, so we can throw some solar panels or something on there. And what's this? We've got a xenon container. I think that one's a better bet, because we do want to be able to move it a little bit, adjust its orbit. Doesn't look particularly powerful, but I'm sure it'll get the job done. And if it doesn't, well, then we've learnt something, haven't we? Okay. We'll go with these. I think 4 should be plenty. We're just going up to have a look. We're just going to see what we can see in the local area and see any points of interest. Okay, so I think that's enough for the probe. I don't think we need anything more on there at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and knock up some kind of lifter off camera, and we'll see if we can make it up there. Okay, so I've just raced through and made sort of a conservative lifter design, just trying to see if we can actually achieve something in this video. So obviously here's BastardSat 1, which is our pioneering attempt to break atmosphere. And then I've gone for a small stage up here just to help manoeuvre us into a good orbit if we need it. It's sort of an emergency plan. Then we've got the sort of the more of a transit stage, and then I've thrown together sort of a heavier base, sort of the core of the lifter. I'm going to throw on something for stability here. Hold on. And then, before we go anywhere, I suppose I should check I've got the staging correct, because it will only blow up in my face, quite literally. Okay. I think we're good to go. Okay, looking good so far, apart from the atrocious frame rate. I do apologise. So, we can't monetize this thing on the ground, let's get it up there. So, we'll just be powering our way up, why not? Let's go. Oh, better lock the SAS on so we can make sure we actually ascend. Now I know you're supposed to do some kind of gravity turn at some point to make this whole thing easier, but that's not the Bastardy way. We'll just be powering our way through, relying on power for everything. Efficiency can just go fuck itself. Oh dear, something has exploded. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, never mind, never mind. Power is the key. Well, as all good designs do, this one has ended up looking a bit phallic, so there's a win there if nowhere else. Well, even despite the massive drag factor of a now perpetually full fuel tank we'll never get any use out of, this first stage is going spectacularly well. We're actually coming into the upper layers of the atmosphere now, and we still haven't even touched the upper stages, so I think we can be quite happy with that. I think that's money in the bank. There's Bastard Command down there on the ground. Yeah, I don't think we can complain. Okay, so it's coming up time to separate. Let's just let these engines die. Nice. Oh, got a bit of a roll on. Nice. Bit of an explosion there, we don't want debris everywhere. Especially because Greg won't pay for a cleaner. Now I think we can ease off the throttle a little bit here. And just hold position a little bit, and let's see how we're doing. Okay, so our apoapsis is 146. That's not too bad. We're going for a low orbit. This is just a cursory check. So what we'll do is we'll coast to the apoapsis, burn towards it, and hopefully the stages we have left have enough fuel to get us around. I don't see it being a problem. So let's make that happen. So our turn is complete. Let's get on with the burn. Yes. Good things are happening. Now obviously, I'm hoping this is high enough that at some point we don't accidentally graze the atmosphere and slow ourselves down and plummet into the sea, but as we're not actually risking any bastards at this point, I don't think it's going to be something to worry about. Oh, it's actually burning through the fuel a lot faster than I anticipated. This might actually be something of a problem, but we do have this small emergency stage up here, so hopefully that will make itself worthwhile. Obviously, this is where we're probably going to feel the effect of me blowing up that engine by overheating it when I was talking to you. Okay. We're sort of semi-circumnavigated, Kerbin. Let's just adjust our course again a little bit. Okay, throttle up, and let's hope for some good news here. Oh, yes. Perfect. Perfect. So where are we sat now? 244 by 147. So it is a bit of a wacky orbit, but it's an orbit nonetheless. I think we can consider that a mission success. We can start selling bandwidth to Google before you know it. Let's just separate this. You are superfluous. We need you not. It's good to know actually that the lifter we've built is heavy enough that it can do all the big jobs that we're going to need it to do in the forthcoming missions. So excellent. Let's just throw out some solar panels here. Why is that top one not working? There we go. Nice. One mission, one success. Who would have thought it? Certainly I didn't. And we'll just leave this trash floating around up here for someone to crash into later, because obviously it wouldn't be fun if everything went right every time. So, we've got a nice orbit around the home planet. Obviously there's the 2 moons that we'll be hitting at some point. I mean literally hitting. And then the solar system at large. Elu we can just ignore, it's just never going to happen. I know my own ability here. Obviously when we bring Greg on board for later episodes, it could be that we try something like that, but initially, as I said, we're going to focus on what we can do in and around this space here, where Kerbin is. Okay, well, I'm off to brag to Greg. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Ugh.